Hey guys, I haven't made a video in forever and that's why I'm making one today. I can't stop being extremely awkward. I'm so sorry. I'm hyper. Especially by the way I'm holding my arms. Zachary, this is how I act when I actually wake up early. Because I woke up about 7:30 and I've only gotten 7 hours of sleep. I'm special. And I took a shower and I ate breakfast. I got pancakes and hash browns and chocolate milk from McDonald's and it was delicious. I'm sorry, I'm dying. I just ran up the stairs because I felt like making a video. But anyways, I had some personal business over the last week and it wasn't really good personal business. It's still kind of going on, but yeah, it's not. So it's sort of resolved. I have some people that don't agree with me on the situation and I just don't need that right now. And one of the people who don't agree is someone closest to me. So, it makes me happy. No, I'm like in my devil mode right now, like on the inside, like toaster, wrench and fault, forever. Yeah, rev. Emission, sadness. Anyways, this situation is so weird. I was watching Dan and Phil episodes, like just Dan is not on fire and Amazing Phil by themselves, and then Phil is not on fire episodes for the past 2-3 hours because I was told I was literally told you're not British enough. My friend Casey, yeah, she's a One Directioner. And she likes Emblem 3 too. And The Wanted, I mean, 3 of their songs are good, but the rest is just Jack. Hate him. But, anyways, we're talking on the phone. And she's like, you know how you're British? And I'm like, well, I'm not really British, I'm English. That's what I call it. And so she goes, yeah, well, yeah, anyways, whatever. She's like, well, you're not British enough. I was like, what? What? I was just so confused. I mean, my voice, like, my accent is sort of, like, wasting away. I like my voice. Yes, I'm talking in a weird voice, I guess me too. Because I've been here for quite a while. Like, I lived in LA and then Virginia. I mean, accents are kind of different because out there it's more like a form of New Yorker, like Long Island mixed with California to me. Like, just like Hollywood Hills, Venice Beach. If you like tits and ass, go to Venice Beach. Because there's some girls there that are absolute sluts. And I went there and I was just like, yeah. But anyways, but yeah, my accent's getting affected. I was just, like, so, like, dumbstruck that she said that. Dumbfounded, whatever. Starstruck, awestruck, whatever. I was just like, I'm not English enough. British, as she said. Yeah, that's a bit weird. As you can see, I have 2 little Romstein things from Made in Germany. And then 2 little things from the Wretched and Divine from Black Veil Brides. I took 2 of them down because I needed thumbtacks for miscellaneous objectives, actions, whatever, yeah. And I lost them. So yay! These are finally healing. Like, my scars, and they itch like crap, I'm not even kidding. Like, I'll just run my hand over it and then immediate itch. It sucks. But, I don't know. My hair looks good today. At least I think so. Why? What? My room is an absolute mess because I haven't had the energy or drive to clean it up. Like, I'll just start to, like put my dirty clothes in my hamper and my clean clothes away in my drawers and my bureau, and then I'm just like, I'm not even kidding. Like Zachary, that shirt that I was wearing, it's just laying on my bed. The bustier, it's just laying there. So yeah, and I've been wearing basically the same clothes for since Friday and Sunday, except my shorts are different. Yes, I know I look fat. Shut up. I've been eating a lot actually. Even though I reached my weight, so I need to stop doing that. Yeah, I changed my shorts because I was wearing my bulldog shorts. So it's finally spring. It's getting warmer because last night, like right after I got off of what was it? Skype Uvu with one of my best friends. I opened my window because I was like burning up in here, and I closed I closed my TV. No, I turned down my TV because I just have to have it like the smallest light on when I'm sleeping. I don't know why. I just do. And then I'm just laying in bed, just like falling asleep, and she's like, right. Like, you know what? Let me show you my probably exact. What was I doing? Okay, so I was probably laying like this. Because this is how I usually lay. Like, I have a bunch of pillows surrounding me. I was probably laying like this, holding onto this pillow right here, just like this. And then going, there's a frog. Because I heard a frog croaking. And I was like, it's finally getting warmer. There's a frog out. I haven't heard a frog in over probably 2 years. I don't know why. It's either been too hot or too cold, and I finally had a frog. And frogs are weird. I don't like them because they're icky and mucus covered, but they're still cool because I like the movie Princess and the Frog because of Dr. Facilier. Dr. Facilier is like my bro. I love him. Yeah. I saw Temptation yesterday, Tyler Perry's new movie. It was extremely realistic. I will tell you that. For those of you who don't feel like seeing the movie, listen to me. For those of you who do feel like seeing the movie and not listening to me, close your ears. Basically, alright, so let me start off in the beginning. So, that's a chick. Her name's Judith, and she's known this guy named Bryce since she was 5, and they'd been always madly in love. And then one day he asked her to marry him, and they got married, and then they moved to DC, where it's based. And they don't really live in a nice house. They live in a townhouse that's very small, and they have a really beaten up car, like a truck, old truck. And she works at a matchmaking service for her boss. And okay, her boss is French. I'll get to that why I'm doing this later. But basically, there's this guy who had made a social networking site, and he was like, sorry, I don't want you to really see that. He's very rich and famous, and they had worked together because he was about to like give her funds, like give the matchmaking service funds, and her husband, Judith's husband, Bryce, works at a pharmacy, and they were working together, and he was flirting, and she was flirting with him, and it was going very swell. And then she went home that night, had a tough day, so she just like plopped on bed. That happened, and then at the guy's work, Bryce's work, the pharmacy, they had gotten a new girl working there. Forget what her name was. It was something like Braylon or whatever, and Brandy, I think. Yeah, Brandy. And she had been hiding from her boyfriend, like running away from him, her ex-boyfriend, because he had been abusive and he had been on drugs. And so later on we found out she had HIV. But anyways, so the guy, Harley, he chose Judith to go on a business trip with him to Louisiana, and they had sex a bunch of times, and they got really close, and then she got back, and he was talking to her like, has he made you feel good? And she's like, you know what, just be quiet. I don't believe in sex outside of marriage. And this was before I had gone to Louisiana. And he's like, well, how would you know that he pleasures you if you don't have anyone to compare him to? So that happened, and she saw how, well, she didn't really see, she just created this image in her mind that she was unhappy with her relationship with her husband. And so she kept going over to Harley's house, and just more sex, more drugs, more wine, more alcohol in general. And since he had more money, more things that she could buy, more things that she wanted that she didn't need that she could buy, which she didn't have Bryce. So she went with she left Bryce because he had gone to the club that she was out at because she hadn't come home yet, and they had been waiting for her, and her mum had come, and her mum was a Reverend Sarah Overveen, and she was like praying for her because she knew something had gone wrong with her daughter, because she had talked back to her mother, and like you could just see how evil Judith was becoming. Like it was like really inside of her, the darkness. Like I could just tell, she-devil actually. But anyways, her mum, Reverend Sarah Overveen, was still there, and so like at her and Bryce's house, but she wasn't with Bryce anymore. But he had come to the club, and he had seen her like leaning against Harley, and Harley called her baby, and so they went outside. They started yelling at each other, and then he started crying. That almost made me die. And then he got in the car, slammed the door, all the glass broke. And then she went with him, Harley, and then they got into a fight later on, and he beat her up because she was about to leave, because like they'd gone to her house, to her old house, to get like her laptop. And then I'm trying to speed this up, and he had thrown her mother to the floor because she was trying to stop her from leaving with him. And then they went back to his house, and they were all like, no, I'm on my mum's side, I'm not really having a side, I just hate it when you're on her side and not mine, and all that good stuff. And then she was about to leave, he beat the crap out of her, and then Bryce and Brandy were talking about her ex, and she goes, I'm just glad I left Harley. He's like, Harley, Judith, and he started yelling her name, like screaming it. So they got out the door, went over to his house, to Harley's house, because he had been there before, because Judith had fallen on a track, like a running track, and he had helped her because they were running together. But anyways, not the point. And so he saw Judith, and he brought her back outside and had her stay in the truck, and then he got pissed. He went back into the house while Harley was asleep, went into his bedroom, and was like, wake up, and kicked the bed. Harley got out of bed. He was like, wait, what's going on here? Oh, Bryce, this is badass. I love this. He started like this guttural yell, like, Aah! But worse, because I can't do that. And he just like, football player, linebacker, lunged at Harley, drove it like probably 40 miles per hour, I don't know, lunged at him, shoved him through this glass window he had that went into his kitchen, and they just landed on the floor, and he started pummeling him. It was so cool. But in the end, there was like a 10 years later thing, something, I think it was like 20, but I don't know. And Judith went back to the pharmacy, which he now owned, Bryce. And they were both a bit older because Bryce had grey hair, and so yeah, and so he had a new wife, and a kid, and they weren't together anymore. But that's it. And so I'll see you in the next video because I really want to make another video. So peace out.